Hey, it's Trixie. Welcome to the underground. I took off the Taylor Swift wig and I went downstairs and with the hair. A little bit more on the party. Look at what I did. I won all these Taylor Swift bracelets, these friendship bracelets. You know the questions I had to answer. They all got the easy questions, like who's she dating and what team does he play for? I'm getting like name her new album, which is totally crazy. Tortured Poets Department. I don't know. It's so crazy. The name is like hard to read. And I got my little Reputation bracelet. I made my sister take it off because she won it first. I'm like, give it to me, because I love Reputation. That's my whole thing. And I got a tattoo, number 13, because that's Taylor's favorite number, because she was born on December 13th. See, I knew that. I didn't know her middle name, so I could have had 2 more bracelets. Okay? So let me just go on. Remember I hit a curb a couple weeks ago? I can't go out in the dark because I'm blind as hell. And I went to Town Fair Tire. I got the 2 tires in the alignment. And remember, my car was veering to the left. So I took it back. Then it veered to the right. And I took it back. I said, can you please make it go to the center? Can you make it go straight? So no. I took it 5 times. 5. You know how frustrating it is in this country? You can't get anybody to do it right the first time. So yeah, I guess next time I just kind of won't get my alignment there. But they're like, this is all we can do. Sorry. So I just have to hold my breath and hope I don't go off the road again. What are you going to do? But then I get home after the Taylor Swift thing, and it was like midnight, okay? And I'm still awake, but kind of like you don't want to do work. And all of a sudden I hear beep, 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 beep. It was a smoke alarm. So I'm like, okay, it's probably the battery. So I get up, put my clothes on, go to CVS, and then get a battery. I went on YouTube to try to figure it out because I don't like asking anybody for help. And I did it exactly as the guy told me, okay? And then it still was like going crazy. So after I shut the thing and reset it, it went, fire, get out of the house. So I was like, it's wired in. So I had to unscrew the thing, pull the wires out. Oh my God. How stressed am I? You know what I mean? It's like too much. My life is very aggravating. I don't have anything deep like cancer, but it's just aggravating. So speaking of Travis and Taylor, there's a video on TMZ resurfacing in 2016. You know that Marry, Kiss, I don't know what the hell it is. Marry, Kiss, Kill, something like that. You have to pick 3 people that you marry, kiss, or kill. So he told AfterBuzz TV in an interview that was shown on TMZ recently. So he had to choose between, now this is before he even knew her, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, and Ariana Grande. So guess how he tried, who he wanted to marry? Katy Perry. Now, Taylor Swift is friends with Katy Perry, so that's even though they went through that bad blood thing. And then he wanted to kiss Taylor Swift. You know what? If I was Taylor Swift and I just got picked kiss, I would be very upset. She's jealous anyway, according to all her songs. And then he wanted to kill Ariana Grande. Okay, I probably would want to marry Ariana Grande, kiss Taylor Swift, and kill Katy Perry if I had to pick. I love Ariana Grande. He doesn't like her? Obviously not. He wants to kill her. So, yes. So at work, a little bit, I saw all these Trumpers. They're coming out of the woods. And I was talking to this woman, and she's like, give him a chance. Give Trump a chance. We gave him a chance. Didn't we give him a chance? Not good. Not good. And then this other woman was like, look at all the immigrants pouring over the border. And I'm in Mass, okay? So we have Maura Haley as a governor. And she did say this, and this is why I understand there's Republicans out there. Because she said, if you have room in your house, can you please take the illegal immigrants in your house? Okay? So I'm laughing, and I'm seeing her down the aisle, and I said, I'm going to tell the illegals where you live, and I'm going to have them come to your house. I make a joke out of it. You can't be so angry, you know? Trump was talking about at a rally. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth. He's kind of funny. In Ohio, he was talking about a dishwasher company that came to him who's going out of business. And he said they're not allowed to use water. What's up with the water? He talks about the toilets flushing and all this stuff. Do you know he was ranked by historians that he was last? Which I thought so anyway, but historians ranked him last for president. So number 1, who do you think it was? Lincoln. FDR was number 2. Number 3 was GW. Obama was 7. Biden was 14. Kennedy was 10. And I kept saying, where's Clinton? Because I like Clinton. I like Clinton the best. I think he was number 12. So, yeah, number 45 was number 45. This is a deal here. A Generation X mom explained why her generation and she raised their children more gently. More gently. Honey, you don't have to work. You don't have to do anything. Then they were brought up. She posted this on Instagram. It went wild. She called it @the real Slim Shady. Does that sound familiar? The real Slim Shady. You know how we call them the Gen Zers whiny babies? And let me tell you, we hire them at work and they really don't last more than a week and they start calling out or they don't really work. So she said there's 2 reasons that have to do with why we raise them the way they are. Because we never got attention. I got attention, although I am a middle child, so I'm probably the screwed up one. Actually, I'm the most normal one. And also, they could talk about their feelings and not be so isolated. I'm not isolated. I'm alone, but I'm not isolated. She said most Gen Xers were left alone to deal with their feelings and were discouraged from talking about them openly. Is that true? I always talked about stuff. I don't know. Maybe she's right. Who knows? But yeah, because it was tougher. I know it was tougher. The second reason was some things are acceptable before that aren't now. Yeah, like beating your kids. Yeah, that shouldn't be acceptable anyway. She quoted, if we raised our kids the way we were raised, a lot of us would be in jail. Yeah, that's probably true. My mother had the whack-it racket. She never beat me with the whack-it racket, but they used to talk about what they would hit us with. But, their bark was worse than their bite, According to research done for Newsweek by Redfield and Wilton Strategy, 70% of boomers and Gen Xers think bad behavior stems from parents being too gentle. I mean, yes, you can't go too easy and you also can't be so rough. How do parents, walk that line? It's hard, I couldn't do it. I'd lock my kid in the basement, especially if it was a girl. I would lock her up. Chains. She wouldn't be out till she was 18. I'll tell you, I'd rather be raised a little tough, because then I can handle what life is throwing at me. Thank you, mommy dearest. But, that's the way it goes. I don't mind. I go to work every day. I'm sick. I still go to work. I go through a lot of crap. I go to work. In related news, Gen Z TikToker gets a social media job after posting a video crying on the New York City streets with her resume screaming, never give up. Yeah, well, that's true. That teaches you something about being tough. You don't give up. That's true. But that's so funny that they're raised to be whiny and they're crying on the streets. I can't tell you how many times I've been fired or didn't get a job. I just naturally just keep. What's that? I have a magnet on my fridge from. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Who's the leader in Churchill? When you're going through hell, keep going. And I believe in that. Just keep going because you're going to end up okay. On patrol live in Indian River County, of course, Florida. A woman drove into a house through the other side of the house. How the heck does the car keep going through the other side? I don't get it. And a couple of cats died. They didn't get out. No one in the house was injured except the cats died. They didn't make it. It was either a medical emergency or that woman was very drunk. But I can't believe it. Came through the front door and then out the back with their car while the owners were sitting there. Okay. The Patriots Dynasty, this is, I haven't watched this yet. I have to confess. I'm relying on the news. So episode 6, I'm not even sure if that's out yet, but by the time you see this, it might be. Former Patriot Brandon Lloyd, I remember him, the receiver, had a locker next to Aaron Hernandez, the killer. Anyway, he remembers being told by a teammate, that Wes Welker, to ignore Aaron Hernandez when Aaron would, quote, fondle his genitalia in front of them. Or talk about bathing with his mother. Oh, yeah, no. I don't know. I do think Aaron was gay. I do think that was the reason why he killed himself, not to give his girlfriend money. But right after that episode on the radio answered where they called him a tight end and a wide receiver, you know what I mean? He killed himself. And, it's that bad that you don't want to admit you're gay. I can't, 2024, what year are we in? 2024, and you're really still like this? I'd rather take the abuse than have someone else win and beat my spirit, you weakling. Well, I don't want to say that. People that are in the closet, they're not weak. I get it. I do get it. Indeed surveyed 1,500 businesses and 1,500 working people. The Gen Z work ethic. Here we go. 93% ghosted interviews, no shows. 87% did not show up for work on their first day. I mean, too funny. Why don't you just not take the job? I don't know. You don't know until the first day? I don't understand. The number one reason they want to feel in charge of their career. What career? You got nothing yet. Nothing. The Gen X and millennials, they do it, but they feel guilty. I've never done that. We, because I'm a Gen Xer, think that it can affect future employment. Believe me, nothing I did in my 20s affected me. I'm glad I went through my wild times in my 20s and kind of spilled over into my dirty 30s. A hospital in a hospital in North Carolina is suing a quadriplegic. That's pretty bad karma right there, guys. She's an 18-year-old quadriplegic. To move her to a nursing home in another state. She wants to live in a home nearby, so they're suing her for trespass. That's great. You guys are great. A little bit on Wendy Williams. She's 59, so I'm kind of going to turn that this year. Primary progressive aphasia and frontal temporal dementia, which is what Bruce Willis has. So Bruce Willis, I don't think, can talk anymore. So I watched the Wendy Williams story and the movie. If you guys get a chance, it's on Lifetime. Watch it. She's pretty honest about everything that she did with her marriage to Kevin, her show, her career. Man, she did stuff I never would. She entered radio earlier than I did. When I entered, it was no more fun. It was corporatized. Everything was going syndicated. She was in it at a good time where you could send your tapes out and they would listen to them. Experts are suggesting Wendy Williams' dementia was brought on by alcoholism. She also did a lot of coke. I've heard alcohol abuse can cause dementia. Dr. Suzette Glasner, and she's a PhD in LA. She said heavy drinking and alcoholism can cause damage to both white and gray matter in the brain and lead to deteriorating cognitive functioning. You guys all know, do you ever hear of punch drunk? When people take too long to talk or finish a sentence, I want to finish it for them. I can't wait any longer. Hurry up. So Wendy Williams was like the first person to do that pop culture gossip thing. Like, I loved it all my life doing it, but of course I'm young. Actually, she's the same age. What am I saying? I guess I started later. I don't know. I started too late. I was kind of partying. I got that through my system before I went on the air. Definitely. She started off at overnights, and that's why she needed cocaine. She did it 5 days a week to stay awake because she had that 2 to 5 shift, but she said, you might not care what I'm talking about, but I deliver it with a flair, so you're going to like me. And you know what? I kind of feel that way about when I talk about Vanderpump or all this stuff you guys don't give a crap about. And I've heard one of my listeners say that. I don't care whatever you're talking about, but the way you say it is cool. But yeah. So Wendy Williams, the movie, her early years, of course, sending out the resumes to New York. She did make it to New York part-time. She traveled from D.C. to New York City. This is stuff I wouldn't do. I wanted to stay in Mass. I wanted to be near my mommy and my friends in my life. She really was, she had that drive. I wanted to make it here, and I did have a show, but it wasn't very long. And then I got into producing. That lasted 13 years. But she got raped. She was talking about getting raped. She interviewed a guy. He's like, hey, come to my hotel. We're going to go to a party, but I got to stop here first. And then he raped her. So, I don't know, man. I'll tell you. Going through her husband cheating on her, rehab, and then now she's got dementia. She had 2 miscarriages, and then she had to do her shows from home, which I know radio stations like to control you, and they like to be they want you to be in the studio. But, remember when she had that Statue of Liberty outfit on in her show, and she was like, she couldn't pronounce her word. She was talking about having a guest or something, and she couldn't pronounce it. And then she was all wobbly, and then she passed out, and then she came back on the air. That's a professional. She was able to compartmentalize her problems and be a pro on them. You will never know when I'm upset. You will never know. I'll tell you what, you guys are like my psychiatrists, because when I'm talking about something, that's how I get over things. And this is the best part of my life right here. Thank you, Johnny. Off the mic, I'm a mess. And she was a mess. She said she was emotionally abused. Kevin never beat her, but emotional's worse anyway. The scars go away. After he got caught with pictures on a beach with his girlfriend, she called him a stupid gorilla. Those aren't my words, they're his. Okay, so her crying, her anger, she's like Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules. There's still feelings there. When you're that angry and stuff, let it go. It's better for you to forgive. Who cares what he's doing? Who cares? I always tell people, if someone cheats on you, it's good. It's a good thing when they leave, believe me. So looking at her unraveling, I got to tell you, and crying and being miserable. Yeah, no, thank you. You guys can have your love. I'm not into this. This is why I don't want a relationship, because I like the beginning and then it's over. I don't know how to keep it going. So thank you guys for watching. You can not text me. Don't text me, please. Email me, TRIXXI'Podcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys watching every week. Have a good week. There you go. Come on, Wig, we're going home.